What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. We are getting closer and closer to the release of LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, now releasing on May 22nd, and if you get the Deluxe Edition, May 19th. And as one of the things I like to do whenever a new LEGO game is coming out is I like to talk about the characters I hope we get in the new game. Well, since we're only getting 7 characters in this game, and the big draw is going to be finding all the different suits for each character, I figured this time around we would do a video talking about the 10 suits I want to see in LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight for Batman himself. Now, usually when I do these videos, my rule for myself is that I like to see stuff we haven't seen before, and let's face it, Batman has a bajillion suits, and we've seen lots of them in LEGO games. Now, I'm going to cheat a little because 2 of the suits on my list are suits that we have seen in Fortnite, but not actually a LEGO game itself, because Fortnite is not really a LEGO game, but I digress. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that, and one of the things that, you know, these are suits that I think we're hopefully going to get, but one of the things that I didn't want to do but did anyway was, you know, Dark Knight's metal. We're going to see a lot of that because those suits are sick, and I'm going to explain why I left a few of them out to start. Murder Machine is probably one of the coolest, but it's technically Alfred as AI, so I did leave that off my list. The Drowned is technically Bryce Wayne, not Bruce Wayne, and I don't know, I couldn't get over that, so I left it out. And the Devastator was just my least favorite. So Murder Machine is basically kind of like if he was Cyborg. The Drowned is Aquaman, and Devastator is Doomsday. I don't know why I don't like Doomsday or Devastator, so they're not on my list. But you know who is on my list at number 10? Absolute Batman. Okay, now for a lot of people this is probably going to be really high on the list. I have only read the first chapter, I think it's like collects the first 6 issues, so I haven't gotten into like the Bane part, I guess, and I keep meaning to. I have it, I bought it, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So if I had read that, there is a chance it could be higher, but I do acknowledge that this absolute universe is crazy. Obviously, one of the things a lot of people are going to have to understand is that there are a lot of suits that Batman has that are kind of like mech suits, or they make him look way bigger. Like Frank Miller's suit makes him look much bigger. We're not going to be doing that in this game, I don't think. I think we're going to have one size Batman, so you're going to have to just accept the fact that it's going to be that suit on a normal size Batman. But I mean, it's a pretty sick suit, and I'm looking forward to reading more of the story. Because the design of the whole Absolute universe is pretty cool. At number 9, we have the Batman Who Laughs, who, by the way, is not the Joker. It is, in fact, Bruce Wayne, who has been infected by the Joker's toxin and becomes one of the most sadistic characters in the DC universe. Now, there is a chance that this would have been higher on my list if it wasn't for the fact that we're already getting the Batman Who Laughs in a lot of content over time. We've seen him in Mortal Kombat, and of course he is in Fortnite, and there is, I believe, a LEGO version of him in Fortnite. I still want him. He's still cool. I like him a lot. So obviously maybe it would have been higher because he is pretty much kind of like the leader of them all. But I digress. I think we're going to get it, and I think it's awesome, and I think you're going to be happy about that too. At number 8, we have Knightfall, which I believe is the suit he wore after Bane had that famous storyline where he broke, Batman's back, just slammed him right over his knee. I think Azrael took over as Batman for a while. So I had to go back and make sure. This is not a suit that we've seen before, and it's a sick suit. I think we've seen it in one of the Arkham games, but it's such a cool suit, and I really do feel like it would look really cool in this game too. So obviously I wanted that one in there. At number 7 is one I'm not as familiar with. It is the Sunbox armor, and in my research for different suits that we might not have seen before, or just basically different Batman suits in general, I saw this one and I was like, whoa, what is that from? Apparently, the Justice League takes a trip to the 6th dimension, and in it, Batman uses the combined power of Metron's Mobius chair and Element X to create the Sunbox armor, which is also known as the final Batsuit. And basically, with it, he is God. Like, he can just change things at the cellular level on people, places, things, anything. And I mean, it's just a dope suit. Like, it's we're in it for how cool it looks, right? I don't know about the story. Maybe I'll go back and read it someday. But man, that is a cool looking armor, and I would love to see it in this game. So, at number 6, we have the Dawnbreaker, which is Batman becoming a Green Lantern after receiving the power ring at the moment of his parents' murder. His rage corrupts the ring's power, leading him down a little bit of a darker path. And if you know anything about me, you know the Green Lanterns, the Lanterns in general, are my favorite part of DC. I love Blackest Night and Brightest Day. They are just my favorite stories in all of DC Comics. So a different variation of Batman in a lantern suit is cool. We've seen him as a Green Lantern. We've seen him as a Yellow Lantern. We've seen him as a White Lantern. I think we've seen him as a Black Lantern. So Dawnbreaker had to be on here. Love it. And that is my number 6. At number 5, we have another member of the Metal universe. It is the Merciless, which is a version of Batman that wields the power of Ares, the god of war. It is very Wonder Woman kind of designed, but obviously Ares. I love this armor. I love that it has like a blue and a red variant, red version. Or I would be happy with both, either one or the other. I think red looks cooler, but obviously this would probably in a normal game be a big fig. But man, is that one sick. But is it the coolest in the Dark Knight's Metal? I think number 4, the Red Death, is everybody's favorite. And obviously, I don't think it's going to give Batman super speed, but it would be really cool if it did. This is obviously a fusion of Batman and the Flash, and he has the Speed Force, and he is just murderous with it. So, I mean, come on, man. Like, Batman as the Flash, I mean, it's... Everybody loves the speedsters, right? So we got to get Speedster Batman in here, even if he doesn't speed. So that is my number 4. And that actually concludes this portion of Dark Knight's Metal suits possibly being in the game. So my top 3 are not from that series, which is kind of crazy. At number 3, we have the Thanagarian Armor, which was used to defeat Brainiac and Legion of Doom. And I mean, the design, the images you see the most are drawn by Alex Ross, one of the most legendary artists in all of comic book history. I mean, it is iconic, and it is inspired by the 1966 Adam West Batmobile. This armor, and I think just because Alex Ross does most of the images that are out there of it, is so cool. I've always just loved it. Every time I see it, I feel like we've got to get this suit. It's so cool. At number 2 is definitely Batman's coolest suit. It is the Hellbat armor, and it is the suit that he used when the Justice League was fighting Darkseid, because, you know, you got to give Batman prep time or a really dope suit because he ain't taking on Darkseid on his own. But in this suit, he very well could. It is incredible. For some reason, I thought it was in the game before, but I opened all of my games and I couldn't find it. And I asked other experts on a secret little Discord I'm in with other big Lego creators, and I was told no, it was not. So I'm crazy. I don't know where I saw it before, but you know where I want to see it? Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, because it's dope, and I think we should have it. I want it. Give it to me. And at number 1, this should not be a surprise. I have literally walked the halls of WB Games Montreal and pitched a game for this suit. I have had a conversation with Ed Boon and pitched a game based on this suit. I don't think he was in on the joke, but I did it. I can say I did it. It is Batman Ninja. Now, obviously, my dream came true when I personally single-handedly had this suit added to Fortnite. It is just, I just love that first Batman Ninja anime. I very famously did an elevator pitch for it, and it kind of became a running joke with myself and Caboose and Uncaged Games, who hates the joke, by the way, at this point, and also Alan from WB, some of the other folks at WB that were there for the pitch, the many times that I've given it. I just love Batman Ninja, man. I can't describe it. I can't explain it. And if Batman Ninja, its suit, is in this game, it is 100% because of me. I gave the pitch to the man behind the curtain at TT Games and at Lego Batman Game. I gave him the pitch. I told him we need it. Has to happen. And granted, he handles social media, but also he listened. And I know he's going to do the right thing and make sure his colleagues put this suit in the game. And I will absolutely claim 100% responsibility, just like I am the voice of Darkhawk. Officially, it's canon. And yeah, that's my list. What suits do you want to see in this game? We've already seen quite a few cool ones, and I think we're going to get a lot more. Supposedly, there's 100+ suits that you can unlock. And I don't know if I'll do a video like this for the other characters, because I don't think they have as many options. I do want to say Jim Gordon's the rookie suit from Dark Knight's Metal. It's pretty cool. So that one's interesting, but I don't really know what to say about the others. The only thing I want to see is all the different Robins get a suit in the game, with the understanding that you're not going to get different voice actors for each one. You know, I don't see why we can't have, you know, suits for Dick Grayson and Tim Drake and Damian Wayne and anybody else that wore a Robin suit. You know, that would work really well. So in any event, that's my video. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I've done a lot of digging, because I'm sure after this list comes out, there's going to be something that pops up and I'm like, damn, I wish I had that on my list. New 52 Batman was almost there. I mean, there were some cool suits that I couldn't fit in. I didn't want to put the Owl in because that's not really it. And there's also, you know, a Two-Face Batman. They just missed. But in any event, I, like all of you, cannot wait for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We're almost there. I think we're about 6 weeks away. Hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll see you.